One of Eleanor Roosevelt High School's most cherished resource is our students, many of which achieve remarkably well. Over 40% of our students are on the honor roll, which is a superb distinction in itself. There are nearly 200 graduating seniors sitting before us this afternoon who have achieved a 3.5 grade point average for all 4 years. It is with this representation of academic excellence that I take great pleasure in presenting to you the Eleanor Roosevelt High School class of 1996 Valedictorians and Salutatorians. Could the Valedictorians please come forward? The Valedictorians are identical twin sisters, Anastasia Titarchuk and her sister Nadia Titarchuk. The second highest honor, our 1996 Eleanor Roosevelt High School Salutatorian, is Andrea S. Neuendorfer. Congratulations.
First of all, I'd like to take a moment to thank everyone who has helped us along and has helped us to reach this moment. And I especially would like to thank my parents, all my teachers, and my friends. After 4 years at Roosevelt, we have acquired solid educations that enable us to ask the big questions. Why are we here? Where are we going? What does it mean? Anyone fries with that? Yet, education alone does not lead to success. To achieve, we must have a goal. Goals keep us thinking and doing things. In turn, new thoughts and action bring busyness and excitement to our lives. But what should a goal be? A goal should plan for just a few years ahead, but it should be definite enough and so desirable as to make a person reach for it and make the extra effort to achieve. It might even be advantageous to set your aims a bit high and make them a little unrealistic. Not only because it is the difficult things that challenge us the most, but also because they bring us the most unexpected rewards. And besides, we can bargain with ourselves and maybe settle on something more practical at a later date. Goals are a process, not necessarily a product. Nor is then the type of a goal important. Whether you strive to be the worst president possible or the best truck driver ever to start up an 18-wheeled rig, whether you dreamed of an NBA sneaker deal or of farming 1,000 acres of land, or if you want to be a guest star on ER or practice medicine in an ER, you will always have a dream to guide you. Clear goals give us direction, kind of like a beacon, a light to show us where we want to end up. Yet it is up to us to get there. We're the ones who determine which roads we will follow. Goals are more than a destination, they're a journey. Whether or not we achieve our goals is not the issue, Nobody, not even a Roosevelt graduate, is entirely successful. There will be many difficulties that each one of us will encounter, and these may prevent us from accomplishing what we want. But we should not fear failure. There is something to be learned from every experience. Although failing and losing are personally not on my top 10 list of things to enjoy this summer. Goals are to be experienced for all of their possibilities, not feared from what may come from failing to meet them. When you look around you, you will see others who had a common goal with you to graduate. Today, we have accomplished this goal. But we didn't do it alone. There are so many who helped us along, and so it can be in the future. Some of the things you may want to accomplish can be done through your efforts alone. But often, these goals can be achieved with the aid of others. Share your goals and dreams and be willing to help others in achieving theirs. Goals can be an intensely personal matter, but like many things in life, the experience is best when shared with somebody. Determine what you want, set out to achieve it, and try to find good in all that happens. Enjoy. First of all, I'd like to thank my parents and my teachers and also my friends. Our school is a unique place. I'm sure you've heard this many times throughout your 4 years at Roosevelt, and probably several times today, but nonetheless, it is true. In every class, we have people with incredible talents and skills and remarkable personalities. I know in fact, every one of us is in some way special. I know some of you are extraordinarily well-rounded academically. Others are gifted athletes, actors, artists, and musicians, and still others excel at work with their families and in the community. I feel fortunate to have known you. However, the people who have impressed me the most during my years here are those who have taken the time to help others and who have treated others with compassion. Our class is the last not to be required to perform community service in order to graduate. For us, the service to others and to our community was a gift that we gave, not an act that we performed at the behest of others. Many of us were involved in these service activities as part of the numerous organizations here at Roosevelt, working in soup kitchens in the inner city, reading stories to nursery school children, helping to renovate houses, and spending time with elderly individuals. Others would take the time to participate with organizations outside of school, religious, social, or otherwise. Ultimately, it would come down to a matter of personal choice, to be involved and help, or to choose not to. Oh, the arguments on both sides. I owe it as a debt to the community. I have benefited from the efforts of those in the past, and I should do it for the future. I don't have the time. I need to take care of my problems first. It would look good on a resume. Why should I help them? Nobody helped me. They got themselves into it. They can get themselves out of it, and so on. So why is it so important for us to help others, to show compassion for others? Perhaps it is what I said a moment ago. Or perhaps it is so simply important to do so because we can. Because you can. You have it within you to help others, to be compassionate to those around you, to help and make a difference. All it takes is thoughtfulness, caring, and action. Each of us has it within us to make a difference. But to do so, we have to start thinking less about ourselves and more about others. We need to think about our actions, to see how they affect not only ourselves, but also those around us, and to think about those effects. Do what you can. It would be naive for you or anyone to think that you and you alone can change the world. No one expects everything to be fixed immediately. No one expects perfection now or even tomorrow. As impatient as we are for results, we know that perfection is impossible. The most difficult part is to care. This is the compassion that I found so admirable. It is easy to ignore so many of the problems in our world because they don't directly affect us. But luckily, many of you chose to do the hard thing and get involved, reach out beyond yourself to others. And by doing that special something and reaching out, you made yourself into something special too. The thing I want to leave you with is this. Your reaching out to others doesn't have to stop here, nor should it stop. Have the courage to continue acting on your compassion. And in 20 years, when we meet for a reunion, I hope that each of us can say that we have made a positive difference.
We have the Row of Honor at Eleanor Roosevelt, and the Row of Honor at Eleanor Roosevelt is made up of young people who have demonstrated academic excellence to the point that they have received for 4 years a 4.0 grade point average or above. Those individuals are on the stage today, and our salutatorian, Andrea Neuendorfer, will introduce them to you.
Wesley Yin, Rainey Wright, Rashmi Wright, Parita Vasa, Julie Singer, Danielle Shobe, Kendra Surratt, Bruce Sabbath, Aaron Rindall, Melissa Pelser, Edward Pearl, Bonnie Park, Sung Park, Inyi Waneri, John Walter Nielsen, Sarah Nelson, Lakshmi Madali, Rena Masih, Christine Lee, Elizabeth Kuntz, Alia Khan, Jason Kinworthy, Jennifer Hillman, Melena Haysfield, Stephanie Foster, Christy Brown, Aditi Ambardakar, and Jarrett Alexander. Thank you.
Thank you. We also have a number of students, as you've already heard, that are outstanding. We have a group of young people that have received 3.8 to 3.99, which is our row of distinction, and we'd like them to stand to be recognized. Our row of distinction. Thank you. We are indeed proud of all of our students. We have a few individuals that are looking at their individuality, and this is a ceremony of honor. And we would appreciate it if you would honor the graduates and not ourselves. We will wait, and if we have some of our folks, if people need to excuse themselves, please do, but we will wait. Of course, these young folks out here are the most important thing to me.
The The Symphony Orchestra will now perform Ceremonial Procession under the direction of Mr. Scott Laird. Thank you.